Bourbonbarkeep. Cutest?
Noah, great to be here as always, man.
All right.
Good to see you.
So today...
You never say it back.
No, I'm just diving in. You know, you always get on me about, like, talking too much, and I'm like...
I don't get on you. One time, say it back, man.
It's a little bit.
All right. Anyway.
Thanks for coming, man.
Sure.
I will say, these are so much more fun to record than the lounge, because you're here.
Sure. Cheers, man. That does mean a lot.
There you go.
Great to see you all. We have a special episode for you this evening.
We do.
Or this morning, really depends on when you're watching. Superlatives, to fill up the yearbook. We were challenged, not really challenged, but we saw the idea from a fellow bourbon channel.
We did. And we're turning it into a challenge, so it's not a complete ripoff.
Yeah.
So
love the idea.
Yeah, we love the idea. We love the channel, Stuff and Whiskey. So subscribe to them after you subscribe to us. That'd be better.
Like and subscribe. Yeah.
That'd be better. But this is not a ripoff.
Yeah. But without further ado, man, we have
excited?
10 categories for you all with associated bottles that we think fit those superlatives wonderfully.
Yeah. So everybody knows the kid that was just dressed game on point, had the nice sneakers,
bow tie.
Maybe had the cardigan.
The bow tie.
I was a sucker for a good cardigan. We got best dressed. Do you want to talk about
checking the mic.
Who was your best dressed?
In my school?
Yeah.
Man. See, that's what's sometimes frustrating about looking back is I have no clue who was the best dressed. I was just focused on making sure I wore a clean shirt.
That's true.
So I'm sure there was some dudes that wore just like constant like button downs and some nice jeans, but. Well,
in the whiskey world, we got Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof.
Let's go.
They come with.
They got the chain.
The chain definitely helped. I wouldn't go as far as the turnover chain as the Miami Hurricanes have, but if it's a pick, it has the chains on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful bottle. It's symmetrical.
Yeah, I do love a good symmetrical.
It seems extremely balanced in the sense that if it were a football player, it'd be tough to tackle. It's extremely low center of gravity.
And you know what? If you have a home intruder, you can figure out how to use that.
Fair enough. All right.
Best dressed.
The Jack Daniel's Single Barrel.
Best dressed. Let's do it.
Next superlative, we have the best helper. So you can take this in a variety of ways. The way I took it was, what whiskey, what bourbon helps me make the best cocktail?
Oh, okay. You want cocktail.
I want cocktail.
Okay.
I want the best helper to make something, beautiful.
Sure.
So my favorite whiskey cocktail is an old fashioned. I'm sure many fit that bill as well.
Flex.
It's not exactly, rare. So, be right back.
Yeah. When I saw Best Helper, I was like, this is kind of like the teacher's aid. I was like, what better bottle aids me in what I need to get through than your Old Grand 114?
We have the Old Grandad 114. This fits what I want my old-fashioned whiskey to be in a variety of ways. One of which, it's not expensive. I don't want to put an $80 whiskey in old-fashioned because I want to taste that whiskey on its own. It's 114 proof. So I still do get to taste. It's a whiskey-forward old-fashioned if I'm making it with this. And it's just a classic, easy-to-find bottle.
I think it's great. When I was thinking about the category, I was like, what helps me get through my day? What helps me get through dad life?
That's
what
fair.
Helps me get through my night? And what better than a $30 bottle that's 114 proof?
And then if you want to think about it this way too, if you're going away from what helps you get through your day, what helps you make the best old-fashioned, what helps you make the best whiskey cocktail, who's a better helper than your granddad? Talk about sharing wisdom, talk about sharing advice, talk about teaching you how to, do things around the house.
Yep.
Granddad is the best helper there is. So, Old Grandad 114, best helper, superlative number 2.
That's not bad. All right, so now, this one, we were just kind of figuring out, order. Obviously, we wanted to go back and forth, a little tennis match, if you will. We did.
Not a competition, but a little back and forth.
We were both competitive.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
Sure. Okay.
Maybe it is. We got most likely to succeed.
Yeah.
So I did want to go with more of a distiller at this point instead of just a bottle.
Yeah, I get it. You want like a distiller in the sense that to succeed over a long period of time, you're going to need to put out new things, going to need to put out new variations.
You also kind of have to be new.
You do kind of have to be new,
So, unshockingly, I tagged Ben Holiday. And when I say I tagged, I mean the school voted on Ben Holiday.
Yeah.
This distillery, we've been large fans of them. I really don't care that they're in Weston. It's pretty cool that they are. I just don't care. They just so happen to be out here. These have won blind after blind after blind for us, whether it's the Rick House, the other bottled in bonds, the soft red wheat, which doesn't get enough love. Fred Minnick gave it a ton of love. Doesn't get a lot of love on our channel. It still is won blinds somehow.
Like you said, like it's cool that they're kind of in our backyard. West Missouri is 45 minutes from where you and I reside. But yeah, I mean, if you're plugged in to WhiskeyTube or to the bourbon whiskey community, like you know that we're not alone in showing these guys so much praise and showing them so much love. So they continue to put out just good stuff. Class Clown, Superlative number 4.
Class Clown, there's a place for this person. There's, I hated them because I'm a focus guy. Like I don't need the joke, you know?
I don't need the joke. And
I'm here for one reason, but.
The Green River Full Proof has burst onto the scene in 2024 here, and it's absolutely awesome. It's a $50, $45 price tag, depending on where you're finding it, which is absurd for a full proof bourbon. We're running 117.3 proof here. And like you said, sometimes you don't need the joke, but it's kind of funny. So if you're unaware, there's a little slot here.
Yeah, you finger that thing.
In the front center.
Yeah.
And the slot is just big enough to slide a coin through.
You get in there deep.
So while you got this thing on a bar top, sitting with a friend, whatever it may be, get a quarter out of your wallet. Do people carry? Nah. Anyway.
Details.
Get a quarter out of your back pocket. Start playing a little coin slot game.
Back pocket? Why is it in the back pocket?
Where do you carry your coins?
I will say, shout out to the person that told me to buy the bourbon for $30. It's so damn good.
But yeah, so Class Clown, is it a little unserious to have a gimmicky game literally on your bottle? Yeah. Is it kind of funny and kind of appreciated at the same time? Yeah, kind of too.
Yeah. Did I beat him? Yes, I did.
Sure did. Sure did.
Sure did. All right. Next up, one that was in every yearbook. Cutest couple.
Yeah.
This one, Stuff and Whiskey nailed. Once again, not plagiarizing. Stuff and Whiskey absolutely nailed it. They did Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof, the whiskey and rye. And I was like, damn it. How do I beat that? There's not a better whiskey and rye. And I found one.
Do it.
Old Forester, 1910. Old Forester, 1920. You combine them. Have you ever tried that?
No, I have not.
Well,
does it go 1915 or does it go like 3830?
Well, it depends on, do you ask Reddit or do you make things up on the fly? Because if you ask Reddit, it's 1915.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. 1915 is a blend of 1910, 1920.
Yeah, we're scientists on this channel. So essentially what you do is you do the 1920, 1 ounce, 1 part. So if you're making a big pour, you do 2 ounces. Just make sure you do 2 ounces of the 1910.
Yeah, it's got to be 1 to 1. You know, this is a classic situation of a whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You know what I mean?
Asian or affiliate partner, link below if you want this guy. I'm pretty sure I could throw this thing off the roof and it would survive.
That's
so this,
meant to be ran over by a tank.
It's 2 ounces.
Okay.
Okay. 1 ounce.
Thank you, thank you. Wow.
That was close.
It's a wonderful color. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a step up.
That's wonderful.
We did it blind in the lounge. Tell you what.
To you guys, to the cutest couple.
This is delightful. Yeah.
To the cutest couple, or best bromance if you were 2024.
Hope you all make it. You know, homecoming king and queen.
I mean, all the butterscotch.
I mean, you still get the strength of the Old Forester, and then you get that chocolate toasted marshmallow. I mean, it's just, they're meant to be.
Sure. Superlative number 6.
Please.
We have the life of the party. So this is kind of different from Class Clown in the sense that the life of the party is not about the gimmicks.
Sure.
It's not about the cheap laughs. This is about people just gravitating towards you and just being an uplifting spirit. You know what I mean?
I love how you said it.
That was a extremely awesome pun, spirit.
I tell you what, it's a great pun and it's a great explanation.
Yeah. Life of the party. Superlative number 6.
Life of the party. This is that ball that was at Spencer's when malls existed that you would touch and, you know, the electricity would follow your hand. Yeah, it's like that.
We have the Old Elk Island Blend Cigar Cut. It's a mouthful, but I think the life of the party probably should be a mouthful. If you've never had this before,
No, I love this trail that you're going down.
So if you've never had this before, it is basically just like a luau in a Glencairn, if you want to do it that way. There's so many tropical fruits. Even the bottle is fun with the little...
Love that.
I mean, I don't even really know
what this...
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you get pineapple, tropical, make sure, at least for this one that did well in the channel and in the blind, I believe this beat Magnus.
This was my favorite cigar blend months ago, but...
Yeah, this one is the Island Blend. There's another one out there that I think is port. This one's rum, to where...
Rum finish, yep. It's absolutely awesome. It's truly, it tastes like a party with the tropical flavors. It literally just brings me to a luau. So
yeah, love
the roasted pork's over there.
Life of the party. Yeah. You got a cigar going. Sure. Cigar cut. I love what you're doing.
Superlative number 6, the life of the party.
All right, on to, what are we doing? What do we got? We got the best celebrity lookalike.
Yeah, cheers, man.
I'm going to bring out the celebrity and then the actual one that got voted on.
Okay, cheers.
All right. So
I'm going to continue to drink this best couple here.
I got an A-list celebrity. This is highly sought after.
That is an A-lister.
It is. It's an expensive secondary market bottle.
We got the Stag Junior.
Stag Junior.
This one specifically, the 23B, ringing in at 127.8 proof.
To be fair, this is not batch specific, but the new Smoke Eye.
The new Stag, if you will.
Some would say.
Some would say.
Some would say. Head to head, Stag Junior, now just Stag, Smoke Eye. Smoke Eye smoked them by a point.
By a point, yeah, it was very close. However,
yeah,
that's about half of the price? What is this from?
Are we talking secondary? If we're talking secondary, you're at 200. This is 80.
Yeah, you're almost a third of the price, and it is pretty close to a spitting image of that same type of deep, rich, bite your ass off type of flavor.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely fantastic. Like you said, I mean, it beat Stag Junior in a blind at $80.
So now, most ambitious. This was the kid that I feel like a lot of people didn't like. But
took swings for the fence wherever he went.
But guess what? They have a yacht now.
Sometimes they pay off, yeah.
And some of us are in the basement drinking whiskey that we bought for ourselves. So
we have the Little Book series. We're going to do the full series here. We've got a couple of them. Little Book is a series done by Freddie No. He's the distiller's son with Booker's of Jim Beam.
Yeah.
And this year specifically, I want to talk about this year specifically, was Chapter 8. And he, took a dive off the deep end and decided to just do a rye-centric whiskey for the first time. We can't call it a rye because it's a blend of 7 different whiskeys and there's one bourbon in there. So you can't call it a rye per se, but it is a rye-centric whiskey, and my God, was it absolutely awesome. It's the most unique whiskey I think I've ever had, and yeah, I can't speak enough good things.
We brought up both Chapter 7, even last year, I felt like probably could have qualified for this with the Applewood smoked barrel that he did. But his last two have just been absolute bangers to where when you're talking about being ambitious and blending, K. Luke gave him a run for his money, but ultimately the creativity of Chapter 8 set him apart.
Pretty awesome. Yeah. Behind me, we did a Little Book Chapter 8 review. I'll put the card up there if you want to watch that review. But yeah, it's just a complete home run on a relatively risky move, some would say.
Yeah, I'll always respect the blenders. Obviously, the distillers are working their ass off. Blenders, there's just a creativity there that I just don't have.
Sure.
You know?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
All right, so my last category, best flirt.
Let's go, man.
Were you a high school flirt? Can we talk about that?
I could get flirty sometimes, yeah. And other times, I was relatively reserved and in my own shell. But there were times where I branched out and flirted a little bit.
Yeah. So my flirt.
Did it help much? No.
Elijah Craig barrel proof.
Fair enough.
I'm going to explain this for a second.
Yeah.
So these used to be 12 plus years old. Okay. Everybody was happy. They were like, wow, 12 plus years for $70, $80.
Sure.
Let's do that. Elijah Craig barrel proof. C923, 13 years, 7 months. They're like, hey, we're back. And then guess what? They put out other batches. and they don't even come close. Not only to C923, but just being good. This one, B523, 11 years, 5 months. They flirt with greatness with the C923.
Yeah.
They had greatness in some of these older ages, and now they're flirting with it and they're teasing you.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say empty promises, I think you can. If you want to say you've shown me what you can be, and yet you refuse to just be that, I think that probably fits as well. I love your pick here. It's flirting with just being an unbelievable great line with 3 releases year after year after year, and occasionally they show you that they can be that, and then they take a step back. So, and last but not least, we have our final 10th superlative.
This is the big one.
This is the big one. If you win this, I mean, you're valedictorian, you're homecoming king, queen.
They deserve the stage.
They deserve the stage. We're going to go best all around. Hold on one second.
Please. I mean, best all around, is this the high school QB? Yeah.
This is the high school. This is the beautiful head cheerleader. This is all of the above.
Is this best couple?
Okay, real quick. I have more.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Jose, so this one, you decided to go kind of distillery based.
I went distillery based.
I kind of respect.
Because best all around to me means you have variety. It means you have a complete well-roundedness. And I went with the Jack Daniel's line. It's so funny. Like up until 2-3 years ago, all I really knew about Jack Daniel's was number 7. Throw with some Diet Coke at the bar.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that drink.
It makes a hell of a diet.
Then we got into the whiskey world. We started drinking the single barrel proofs. We started drinking the 10. We started drinking the 12, very rarely, of course, on special occasions. And and the twice barrel too, we tried this year, and it's so unique and so awesome. Everything I've tried from Jack, including the 7.
Whoa.
Including the 7.
All right.
Because you get mixed with Coke, man. It's a great little drink there, a little bar drink.
Right.
Everything I've had from them has been absolutely awesome. I don't know if you have anything else to add to that, but yeah, it makes me speechless, so that's what I am right now.
I do. I'm going to let you cool off a little bit.
I'm
as soon as you see a grown man
sweaty, worked up,
hit the octave that you did, I know there's excitement here.
Dude,
so
there is nothing
proud of
better
you.
than 22 with a Jack Daniel's and a Diet Coke at the bar with your buds. Like, I mean, come on.
So one of the things that I'll give Jack credit for, unlike Wild Turkey, is the prices have remained kind of to a fault, to where people are just going to buy up the 10 and 12 and flip it. But really, Jack right now just cannot do any wrong, to where the 12 is down from last year, but the 10 is up. I don't know if that's quotes or not. Any of their limited edition stuff, the Coy Hill, it's just been elite.
Best all around, the number 10, the most important, if I may say, superlative goes to the Jack Daniel's whiskey line.
It's a culmination, you know?
It sure is.
Happy for him, rooting for him, and hunting until I am blue in the face.
That's right. The 10 and 12 will be the death of me because I just simply can't find them. And one day I will, and it's going to be absolutely glorious, like the rainbow at the pot of gold type of thing. Anyway, we have our 10 superlatives. Our yearbook is now full, minus all the, the portraits and the pictures and things. But
well, we got portraits here.
Yeah, we have 10 wonderful superlatives. We have 10 wonderful bottles. Last order of business is to
the challenge.
Challenge our 2, one each, our 2 whiskeytube channels. I would like to challenge Bourbon Retriever. He is a subscriber of ours. He does great work over there. So if you haven't followed, subscribe to Bourbon Retriever, please do so. But Bourbon Retriever, man, would love to see your take on some of these, if not all of them.
Collection is incredible over there.
The ball is in your court, man.
My challenge will go out to Baker Drinks.
Yeah, true.
I would say they were our first channel that kind of threw us a bone.
Yeah.
They have a great whiskey selection as well. So Baker Drinks, figure out your 8 if you stick with Stuff and Whiskey. If you want to be ambitious,
Like a little
maybe
book.
11.
Like a little book.
Maybe 11. We'll see what we got here.
That's
Bourbon
right.
Retriever, Baker Drinks. Now it's on you.
Yeah.
Wrapping up. Like, subscribe. Cheers. Done.
You missed. Well, yeah, but you
Huh?
have to actually cheers.
No, not.
All right. Hey, to you all, Please come back if you have not been back before. If you have been back before, good to see you.